Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Really exciting information in regards to Kava I would like to discuss with you today and share the information that I've pulled up and researched here. I think this is, in my opinion, significantly groundbreaking news. And let's get in and I'll share thoughts as we go along the way. Cross-chain DeFi platform, Kava's first CDP test network to be launched on February 5th. Kava is marketed as the marker DAO on Cosmos and supports users to use more assets for their mortgage lending. Kava aims to be the de facto DeFi platform by providing a decentralized lending platform and stablecoins compatible with significant crypto assets. Kevin Davis, the chief engineer of the Kava team, that this test would not support anchor testing of external assets. As tweeted by Kava Labs, their first CDP testnet is ready for launch, which was a much anticipated initiation post their launch of Kava Testnet 1.1 in June of 2019 and Kava Testnet 2000 in July of 2019, and we'll get into those for those of you who are new. On Kava Labs Twitter, the CDP testnet is now ready for launch. This marks the first step towards the creation of USD X. That's massive. Let me read that again. If you're new, it'll make more sense by the end of this video. But if you have been here and you understand what you're invested in, then that is massive. This marks the first step towards the creation of USDX. CDP testnet launch will launch February 5th at 1400 UTC. All validators who want to run the CDP testnet, check this guide and submit your GentX now. The Kava Testnet 4000 guide is very exciting. The launch set to officially be at 1400 UTC, February 5th or 2200 by Beijing time. And the tweet also consisted an attachment to the guide for the same name, Kava Testnet 4000. Further, all validators who wished to run the CDP testnet were informed to go through the manual and submit their GentX. Also, Kava is marketed as the marker DAO on Cosmos and supports users to use more assets for their mortgage lending and also to generate stable currency USDX for leveraged trading and hedging risks. The project token Kava is a governance and equity token, and the node validators would gain the right to vote on the chain and also take part in the community governance by pledged Kava tokens. Kava conducted an IEO on Binance Launchpad, which helped raise 3 million USD by selling Kava tokens in October last year, which further boosted its cause, as mentioned in the article. Kava aims to be the de facto DeFi platform by providing a decentralized lending platform and stablecoins compatible with significant crypto assets. As part of their relationship building initiatives, Kava team welcomes applications for professionals who build Cosmos DeFi interfaces to apply for the Kava Grants program. Also mentioned by Kevin Davis, the chief engineer of the Kava team, that this test would not support anchor testing of external assets, therefore wishes to launch an external test network that would further support the function of anchor assets in the coming few weeks, which would also provide vulnerability bounty and a reward program. As communicated by the organization, the current objective of the CDP testnet would be to test the end-to-end CDP functions, also taking into consideration the testing for bug identification and involving other features too. Another inclusion would be testing governance functions such as adding and deleting assets and tuning parameters such as stabilization fees and clearing penalties would be part of their overall objective. After introducing the validator with the governance workflow, Kava plans to build the tools and interfaces as needed by the validator to properly manage the system and keep the users informed of any changes in the governance. These all would compile to the overall aim of the project. The Kava Testnet 4000 guide. The time for Kava's first CDP testnet has arrived. We're very excited to begin the journey towards making cross-chain DeFi a reality and are thrilled to have our wonderful validator community on board. This article will provide instructions for submitting a Gen X for validators who are interested in participating. What to expect? The goal of this testnet is primarily to test the end-to-end CDP functionality in the wild. This includes identifying bugs or additional features that should be implemented, as well as testing governance features such as adding and removing assets and tuning parameters such as the stability fee and liquidation penalty. By getting validators familiar with governance workflows, together we can start building the tools and interfaces needed for validators to properly manage the system and for users to keep up to date with governance changes. Additionally, this testnet serves as a testing ground for organizations that are interested in building user interfaces for Kava's DeFi platform. If you have expertise in building interfaces for Cosmos DeFi, we would strongly suggest you check out Kava Grants program. Finally, all assets in this testnet will be created endogenously, so we won't be test cross-chain pegs just yet. We hope to have an updated testnet with external assets in the coming weeks, and we'll keep you updated on the timeline. In addition to testing pegged assets, future testnets will feature bug bounties and prizes for executing attacks on the system. Then it gets into this article with the server setup. There's some samples of what had done, installing Kava, some samples of what they have done, and then submit a Genesis transaction. And there's been a lot of talk about the Genesis. And is it referring to Kava and the USDX? Be interesting to see here, won't it? We'll get back into the article here where it says, please note that all Genesis transactions must be submitted by February 4th, 2020 at 1400 UTC. If you don't submit a Genesis transaction, don't worry. After the testnet is launched, we'll make a faucet available to easily request testnet tokens. The testnet will launch at February 5, 2020 at 1400 UTC. This will not be a decentralized launch, so it is not strictly necessary to have your validator ready at launch. Note the CDP system requires a great deal more active governance than the Cosmos Hub or Kava's current mainnet. For the first testnet, Kava Labs will control a majority of stake, as we will use this testnet to refine, document, and improve the governance process. We encourage validators to participate in governance in order to familiarize your organization with how it will function and provide feedback. Future incentivized testnets will involve a more realistic distribution of stake and allow use to test the incentive compatibility of Kava's governance procedures. The cross-chain CDP platform Kava allocates 1.1 million USD for Kava grants. Just going into a little bit of this article here, explaining a little more on the Kava. Kava Labs, the core developer of collateralized crypto loan and stablecoin platform Kava, announced this week that 1.158 million USD has been allocated to its grants program for Q1 2020. Built on the Cosmos SDK, Kava's mainnet launched back in November of 2019. The grants will provide funding for research and education, software development, and community initiatives. Kava Labs plans to regularly put out requests for proposals, RFP, in each of these categories. Moreover, there will be an open-ended application for any proposals that do not fit in these categories. So you can see what Kava does, and they do give back. Investing in Kava, the first Interledger solutions provider. Again, this is more so for the new people, explaining what Kava does. At Spring, we believe Interledger has the opportunity to be the open standard for moving value across blockchains. We believe the Internet of Value is achieved by enabling more blockchains and applications to integrate with Interledger and increasingly the security or the currencies available on the network. Spring is actively supporting Interledger pioneers and happy to announce that we have invested in Kava. Kava, the world's first Interledger solutions provider, is working to integrate companies and blockchains with Interledger. The team has worked on open source plugins for the Bitcoin Lightning Network and Ethereum. These plugins enable BTC, ETH, and XRP to be sent via the Interledger network. Kava services blockchains, wallets, and exchanges to integrate with Interledger to enable cross-chain transactions, led by co-founders Scott Stewart, Brian Kerr, and Riard O'Donnell. The team continues to explore formats to increase adoption of Interledger and will be announcing more projects soon. As early adopters and pioneers on the protocol, Kava has worked to educate peers and the crypto community on the value of Interledger for their needs. They have led talks on Interledger and actively participate in the Interledger forum. To learn more about integrating to the Interledger, contact Kava. There's more to the article. Feel free to come back to that. Also, we have the Ripple Success, Kava Labs, Testnet Live, and Coil Invest $30 million in Imgur. I'm going to scroll right down to it really quick just to share again a little more information about Kava with the newer people to the space. In similar fashion, Cosmos SDK, the software behind the Cosmos Hub, has released an XRP peg zone. The Cosmos framework has become the architecture of choice for the building of the decentralized economy applications. As an illustration, Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, DEX, is built on the Cosmos framework. Cosmos, though, was initially designed for assets like Bitcoin, and so has had to make peg zones for Ethereum and now the Kava Labs specification for XRP. Similar peg zones for other significant assets are in the works. Eventually, these innovations will bring in a lot of value to Cosmos. Kava Labs provides DeFi applications with the interoperable functionality and benefits of Cosmos. Kava will support digital assets such as Atom, XRP, and Bitcoin. All assets supported by Cosmos can be used as collateral in Kava. By bringing XRP to Cosmos through Kava, DeFi services will come to the Ripple token. Consequently, hedging and leveraging will be availed to users of the crypto asset. And here we quickly go to Kava, DeFi for crypto, leverage assets with Kava's cross-chain CDP platform. Then we have finance decentralized, Bitcoin, Atom, XRP, and BNB. We have collateralize your favorite assets for free using Kava's multi-collateral CDP system. Leverage HODL harder. You can increase your long exposure using Kava's decentralized CDPs. And stability. Move out of a position into a stable coin backed by the best crypto assets in the world. Easy and safe, the Kava CDP platform is secured by 100 plus validators. The very best professional validator services ensure your assets are safe. The Kava platform is powered by Cosmos. It's reliable, interoperable, and fast. And then we have, if you're able to look at your screen, the team, and you can go through, it explains who each person is if you click or just scroll your mouse across each individual picture. Then they have their advisor board. Same thing, if you roll your mouse across, you have the identification and who they're connecting are on the picture. Then you have their partners, you have Coil, and of course, we have Ripple. I guess the excitement with this, guys, is the possible coming out. Let's go back. Let's find on the front page really quick. This marks the first step toward the creation of the USDX. To me, that is very exciting, and I had to share a little bit of information for you, a little bit of mixed information for those of you who are here, and for those of you who are new to the space. It lets you see there, and for me, that is again a big step, even though it's for Kava. To me, that is also a big step for Ripple and XRP. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. We're here for entertainment purposes only. Wishing you the best of days, and we'll catch you in the next one.